If you look at what candidates, senators, and congressional members ran on, it was the successes that the president had. It was on the bipartisan infrastructure legislation. It was on the CHIPS and Science Act, which was bipartisan because of the president was able to make that happen. It was because of the Inflation Reduction Act. If you hear the message that was coming out of Democrats during the midterms, it was what we were able to deliver. So yes, so that's what they used, right? They used exactly what the president was able to do in order to get that success. And so it is, right, if you think about all of the pieces of historic legislation that became law clearly that we did last year, again, the president led that. And the president went out there and spoke on these very important pieces of historic legislation. When you think about what it's done for the economy, what it's done for the American people, how it's provided some relief, I think the president did play a big role. Michael, and Brian spoke to this, right? I think he got this question every which way from your colleagues, and a very important question to ask. But I'll say this: we understand, and it is true, that the American people are feeling inflation. They're feeling what the pandemic and COVID has done, right, the last 2-3 years. And so we understand that they're going to have some feelings about the economy right now. And so that is something that the president has always acknowledged and has said there's always more work to do. But also the reality is, if you look at the data, if you look at how the economy has bounced back because of this work that the president has done, and Brian spoke to this, I have spoken to this, when you think about record 12 million jobs, when you think about unemployment at the lowest that it's been in 54 years, when you think about the 800,000 manufacturing jobs and how important the CHIPS and Science Act is going to continue to be as we see manufacturers coming back to the U.S., those are real data points, right? Those are real things that has occurred these past 2 years, and it's because of the president. And so, look, we get where the American people are, but what we are going to focus on are the numbers that I just laid out, and that is also important. Will we continue to need to talk direct to the American people? Absolutely. That's why the State of the Union, we see it as an important moment to lay out for the president, to lay out how he sees the country moving forward, and also to remind folks and lay out what he has done the last 2 years. There's no easy answer there. I get where you're getting to, but this is an incredibly complicated time. What the president's going to focus on is how he's going to continue to deliver for the American people.
Good evening, friends. $800 million in inflation relief checks. Lawmakers are finally making big progress on the next round of stimulus payments, and many Americans will be able to qualify for hundreds of dollars to help with rising utility bills. But friends, you will need to file a tax return in order to receive this extra money. Today, I will be sharing with you everything that you need to know, so please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, to say thank you for being part of this community, I will be giving away 2 $75 Walmart gift cards this Friday. If you'd like to enter the giveaway, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My friends, the more videos that you watch and then leave a comment on, the greater your chances of winning the weekly giveaways. Today, California Governor Gavin Newsom called for the federal government to investigate the recent spike in natural gas prices as millions of families experience very high gas utility bills. The governor is also promising relief to Californians. In a letter to the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, Governor Newsom requested that the agency immediately focus its investigation resources on assessing whether market manipulation, anti-competitive behavior, or other activities are driving ongoing elevated prices in the gas markets. Additionally, millions of Californians will soon see relief from high utility bills, with credits of $90 to $120 showing up on gas and electric bills as soon as next month. Last Thursday, the California Public Utilities Commission voted to accelerate the California Climate Credit to help residents of California with their high gas bills. The $90 to $120 credit will be applied to residential utility customer bills starting in March for customers of several utility companies. Californians do not need to do anything else to receive this credit. Governor Gavin Newsom told reporters, "We are taking action now to provide relief to help those with high gas bills. We know this credit provides only temporary relief from soaring bills. That is why we're going to get to the bottom of this, because Californians deserve to know what's behind these exorbitant bills." The state of Michigan would also send tax filers $180 inflation relief checks under a plan announced Monday and agreed to by Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer and Democratic leaders in the state legislature. Under the plan, the $180 refund checks would be issued based on a tax return filed with the state, meaning that married couples who file jointly will receive a $180 check. An unmarried couple living together and filing their taxes separately would each receive a $180 check. The $800 million in inflation relief checks would be combined with an increase to the earned income tax credit from 6% to 30% of the federal credit, retroactive to 2022, and a decrease in taxes on all pensions. The pension tax repeal would differ from earlier proposals by bringing equal relief to both private and public pensioners, instead of just creating a full repeal of the state's 4.25% income tax on pensions from public sector employers. The Michigan Department of Treasury is still working through the details of the exact level of tax relief pensioners will see. It's not yet clear what the total tax relief package would cost this year. Governor Whitmer and her colleagues announced a broad outline of their plan at a Friday press release and provided further details. After weeks of negotiations over how best to deliver tax relief, as the states boast a $9.2 billion surplus. State budget officials estimate the state's general fund has $5.1 billion in surplus money, while the school aid fund has a $4.1 billion surplus. House Minority Leader Matt Hall said, "The governor was moving our way in making the tax relief more equitable, but he wasn't sold on the plan." Matt Hall said in a recent statement, "The governor once again refused to say whether she'll attempt tricks to obstruct the permanent income tax cut that's headed to every Michigander and small business." Republicans are largely in support of an increase in the earned income tax credit, but have opposed a pension tax repeal plan because it wouldn't deliver relief for all types of retirement income. Additionally, Republicans have rebuffed plans to sidestep a 2015 income tax cut trigger. The trigger was put in place by a past Republican majority. It is based on general fund revenue, and some fiscal experts have predicted the state's glut of revenue in recent years would be adequate to hit the trigger and then lower the tax rate from 4.25% to 4.05%. Well, my beautiful and most amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Monday. Thank you, my dear friends, for joining me here and for being part of this community. Friends, to say thank you, I will be announcing 2 winners every week for the Walmart gift card giveaways. If you'd like to enter the weekly giveaway, all you have to do, friends, is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword on each video that you watch. Remember, friends, the more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a very wonderful and very blessed week.